Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be making healthy chocolate, protein, and banana ice cream with a little bit of mixed in walnuts. We're going to be doing this recipe with our Ninja Foodi Power Blender. This is a great dessert for weightlifters as well as people just trying to get a little bit more protein into their diets. And the best part, no refined sugar. So you ready? Let's get into this. For our ingredients, we have a little bit of Kroger Carb Master milk. We have our vanilla extract, a little bit of monk fruit sweetener, 1 egg, our chocolate whey protein powder, our walnuts, and 1 small to medium-sized banana. Since we're making this with our Ninja Foodi Power Blender, obviously that can't make frozen desserts. We're gonna have to cut our banana up a little bit and we're gonna wanna pre-freeze that. So let's cut it into small pieces and we're gonna throw it into our freezer. Ideally, you want this frozen pretty solid. So this part is something that you're gonna wanna do way ahead of time. I've got some bananas here that I've already pre-frozen, that way we can make our dessert. Next, we're gonna go ahead and whisk up our egg. Remember, we don't wanna over whisk this. We just wanna make it nice and consistent. So we're just gonna whisk it until we can't see separation between the yolk and the egg. And that should do it. Next, we're gonna go ahead and heat up our milk. We wanna bring this up to a boil, but as soon as it starts to bubble, we're gonna drop it down to a simmer, and then we'll mix in our monk fruit to dissolve it. This is gonna heat up pretty quickly, so make sure you keep an eye on it. There's not very much in here. Okay, go ahead and reduce our heat. Add in our monk fruit sweetener. Whisk that in really good. Add in our whey protein. And whisk that in really good. We wanna get this really smooth, so it might take a little bit to get this done. Don't use a regular spoon to do this. You're really gonna wanna use a whisk. Especially if you're using something like Optimum Nutrition protein powder, because that tends to clump a little bit. Okay, once we got that mixed in really good, we're gonna pour just a little bit of this into our egg. Stir that in, and then we're gonna pour this back into the saucepan and mix that up again really well. Now all we have to do is leave this on low and stir it once in a while, and we're just gonna let it thicken. And while that's thickening up, we can go ahead and add our vanilla extract. You'll know that it's thickened enough if you could take a spoon, put that in there, flip it over, and it sticks to the bottom of the spoon like this, where you can kind of draw in it. Then we can take it off the heat. At this point, we can go ahead and transfer our mix back into a bowl, and we're gonna transfer this into the refrigerator to get it to cool down completely. Okay, into the fridge. Remember, we want to leave that in here not until it's just cooled down, but we want it to be cold.
2,000 years later.
Okay, once this is cooled down, we'll go ahead and take our frozen bananas and we're going to put them into our smoothie bowl maker. Pour in our ice cream mix. And we could put this on the bowl setting, or we can do it manually. I would recommend doing manually on this, just so we have a little bit more control over this, because we're trying to keep this as frozen as possible. So we're gonna be pulsing this, and we're gonna be turning this knob here on top of this just to make sure that everything keeps moving around in here and we don't get anything stuck. By the way, if this is your first time here and you wanna learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. And once we finish that, we've gotta deal with our mix-ins. I don't recommend putting them right in here because the blender is going to chew these up really good, so we're going to take this out. As you can see, this has got a real soft serve ice cream texture to it. If you'd like this to be a little bit harder, like a traditional ice cream, then we're going to have to put this back into the freezer for a little bit, maybe for about an hour, hour and a half or so, just to firm it up a little bit more. That's totally up to you, and that's actually what we're going to be doing as well. See, so you can see that texture right there. Let's go ahead and mix in our nuts. If you're trying to keep the fat content down on this, you can always skip this part and just go straight into the freezer. But you're going to want to make sure you mix this really well to get even disbursement on all those walnuts. And once you've done that, all we got to do is refreeze this. Just be sure to give it a quick check every 20 minutes or so and give it a stir, just to check on the texture and make sure everything freezes evenly.
Later.
All right, I think that's enough time. And it is. We let that ice cream sit in the freezer for about an hour and a half to firm up, and it looks like it's ready to go. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about us, you can check out a couple more videos, or you can check us out online at joesphenomenal.com. As always, if you're interested in trying out this recipe, the ingredients and measurements are down in the description of the video, along with the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. I thank you so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you back again here really soon. So until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.